What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to United Focus. Today, we have got some genuinely concerning developments mixed in with some absolute clarity on multiple transfer fronts. Grab your coffee and sit tight because Manchester United could be about to miss out on one of their top defensive midfield targets, and the threat from North London is very real, and it is happening right now. Let's not sugarcoat this one. Tottenham Hotspur have officially entered the picture with serious money. Over the weekend, it was claimed that Tottenham are rapidly advancing in talks to agree on personal terms with West Ham's 21-year-old Portuguese maestro Matheus Fernandes. Italian transfer insider Nicolo Schira has gone even further, exclusively reporting that Spurs are now ready to launch a concrete £70 million offer to West Ham to try and dynamic shift this entire window. Let's understand exactly what this means for us. United have been considered the absolute favourites throughout this entire process. West Ham have been standing firm on a rigid £80 million valuation, and United's strategy was to be patient, negotiate that figure down, or restructure the deal with heavy performance add-ons. But Tottenham coming in with a concrete £70 million bid changes the dynamic significantly. Roberto De Zerbi clearly wants a marquee midfield addition at Spurs, and he is moving aggressively to get his man. Now, before United fans panic completely, let's get Fabrizio Romano's latest update, because it provides some genuine reassurance. Romano has insisted that Manchester United are still very much in the picture for Fernandes, despite Tottenham ramping up the pressure. Romano's exact words on his YouTube channel were, "According to my information, Tottenham are talking to the player's agent, Jorge Mendes, and they are pushing in order to reach an agreement with the player, but still nothing guaranteed, still nothing closed." Crucially, Romano confirmed that United are working extremely hard on this deal from both sides. On the club side, they are maintaining direct conversations with West Ham. On the player side, they are in constant contact with Jorge Mendes. Romano's exact phrase was that United are working very, very hard and remain very much in the picture. So this is a genuinely competitive race right now, not a deal United have already lost. Tottenham have the immediate money and the momentum. United have an existing advanced relationship with both West Ham and the players' camp built over several weeks. This is going to come down to who moves decisively in the coming days. And don't forget the wild card. Jose Mourinho has reportedly put Fernandes' name forward as a midfield option for Real Madrid if they need an additional signing. As Romano put it, this is a very, very interesting deal to follow. Watch this space closely. Now, here is some news that adds yet another massive complication to United's summer plans. Our interest in West Ham winger Crescencio Somerville could become significantly tougher following his incredible performances at this World Cup. According to the Mirror, the winger has caught the eye of Paris Saint-Germain with a string of standout displays, and his rising profile is likely to spark a massive bidding war across Europe. United have already made inquiries. We even covered that potential contract offer through to 2031 in our last update. West Ham were expecting around £50 million for the 24-year-old. But here's the issue. That valuation continues to climb the better Somerville performs at this tournament. So, United now find themselves in a position where two of their top summer targets at West Ham, Fernandes and Somerville, are attracting massive elite competition simultaneously. Tottenham for Fernandes, PSG circling for Somerville. The longer this World Cup goes on, the more expensive and competitive these pursuits are going to become. United's strategy of patient, methodical negotiation made sense a few weeks ago, but right now, that patience is starting to look like it could cost us on multiple fronts. Quick but important update on Benjamin Sesko, and this one is definitive. Manchester United have absolutely no interest in selling the striker.
He was heavily linked with a move to Barcelona last weekend, with Spanish paper Marca claiming he was a top replacement for Robert Lewandowski. But United's position is crystal clear. There is zero intention to part with Sesko after less than a year at Old Trafford. He hit double figures in his debut season alongside Mbeumo and Kolo Muani, and he is a vital part of the long-term plan. This rumour can be put to bed immediately. Sesko stays. Now, let's talk about an important financial detail on Manuel Ugarte that explains exactly why United are so determined to sell him this summer. According to The Sun, United need to sell Ugarte for at least £25 million to avoid registering a profit and sustainability loss on the books. We signed him from PSG for 42 million, and the club has already accepted internally that no one is paying anywhere close to that figure back. But 25 million is the specific threshold that matters from a regulatory perspective. Go below that number and United risk a PSR penalty that ruins our spending power for the rest of the window. With AC Milan and Galatasaray both showing interest, expect serious movement here as the June 30th financial deadline approaches. Now, this is a genuinely fascinating piece of insight that clears up a lot of confusion regarding Marcus Rashford. There has been considerable talk about a massive release clause in his contract, but the reality, according to detailed reporting, is that it is actually a gentleman's agreement, not a formal contractual clause. Here's the context. Rashford signed his last contract back in July 2023, immediately after an incredible 30-goal season when he looked world-class. That deal is what secured him his £325,000 a week salary. Writing an actual £40 million release clause into his contract at that moment would have made zero sense. Instead, when Rashford joined Aston Villa on loan in January 2025 after his United career unravelled, United quoted Villa £40 million to make that move permanent. That figure has effectively become the unofficial benchmark. Rashford and his camp know £40 million is the price United will accept for a permanent sale, unless Manchester City or Liverpool are bidding, in which case United would want significantly more due to the rivalry. One option definitively ruled out, another loan to Barcelona. United are only prepared to listen to permanent offers from Barca. For now, Rashford is expected back at Carrington roughly 3 weeks after England's World Cup concludes to train under Michael Carrick. His tournament performances will determine exactly what happens next. Let's look at the backup options gaining momentum today. First up, a surprise name with serious credibility. Sky Germany has reiterated United's pursuit of Borussia Dortmund's Lucas Mecha, and Manchester City are lurking right there as competition. Mecha reportedly has a £69 million release clause for 2027 that drops to £60 million in 2028, but whispers suggest Dortmund would actually listen to offers right around £60 million right now in this window. With City also interested, expect this to develop quickly. Next, an incredible update on the Aurelien Tchouameni situation. Reports in Spain suggest Real Madrid might actually look to sell Tchouameni this summer to fund a move for another midfield target. Our recruitment director, Christophe Vivel, has been personally chasing him for a long time. If the door at Madrid is genuinely open, the dream signing might actually be achievable. And if all else fails, Marc Casado is the alternative gaining major momentum. The 21-year-old Barcelona defensive midfielder is currently out of favour at Camp Nou and represents a technically excellent, highly disciplined fullback option if the Fernandes negotiations drag on too long. Keep an eye out for Como's Croatian international Martin Baturina as well. He just scored against England at the World Cup, and our scouts are tracking him closely as a rising star. On a final, bittersweet note, Tyrell Malacia's contract officially expires on June 30th alongside Casemiro. Malacia suffered terrible luck with injuries throughout his time at Old Trafford and played just 15 minutes of first-team football last season. Determined to revive his career, the 26-year-old has reportedly cut short his summer holidays to undergo an intensive overseas training camp, so he is physically ready for his next move. Several clubs are showing interest, and we wish him nothing but the absolute best. He has real talent and deserves a fresh start. This is shaping up to be a genuinely tense few days for Manchester United's midfield rebuild. The Fernandes situation needs resolving fast. Every single day that passes with Tottenham's £70 million offer on the table increases the risk that we lose out on a player the recruitment team has worked for weeks to secure. United fans, I want to hear from you in the comments right now. Are you worried about losing Fernandes to Spurs? Would you pivot to Marc Casado or Lucas Mecha instead? And where do you think Marcus Rashford ends up this summer? Smash that like button if you enjoyed today's coverage. Make sure you are subscribed to United Focus so you do not miss the massive breaking resolution to this midfield war. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.